Here they are, father.
La vie est là aussi.
Ah, you gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me. Lenny!
Claire vie.
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time. But I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Huh? Are you... Perry?
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Perry!
Shh. Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first, I believe certain scores need settling.
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us.
By traitors? Do you mean us?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to...
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Yes, Father. Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoy, Sato, Toddy. Nantoy clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about Father.
I did not! You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame us.
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy. You were using all those things Clairvy brought up as an excuse to question Father. We're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
You little... You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings? Come on, let's hear it then. What's your...
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case. So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing is hard to forget. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talked about really crossed the line.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it? Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along.
Filial, Nantoy, I'm sorry. I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life. But rules are rules. I'm sorry. My hands are tied.
Why? Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. We broke the rules, plain and simple. And now we have to face the consequences. I'm sorry, Chapleau. Foltz. I'm sorry, Father. We accept our punishment.
Chapleau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how should these traitors be punished?
All those who betray the house pay with their lives.
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say, Linny?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family than we've ever been. So please, Father, please, reconsider.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please.
Linny, you...
I also agree with Linny.
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a different way. Draw your weapons and face me.
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the House will not be altered. Traitors must be punished. However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Wait. Beat Father in a duel?
Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Linny.
Aïe aïe aïe. Bon. Je m'y attendais.
Did you hear that, Traveler? Lenny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that? If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed. Hey, are you listening?
Les exécutrices est-il ce qu'elle veut vraiment?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Alors, elle n'a pas vraiment répondu à ma question. Ce qui rend sa réponse assez évidente.
Oh, looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess that means there's no chance she's throwing the duel on purpose, huh?
Elle qui ne perdrait jamais exprès, mais...
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
What's wrong? Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
J'aimerais voir personnellement l'étendue du talent de la 4e exécutrice des Fatui.
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
Je peux.
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less, and you may just lose your life.
Tout se passe comme ARLECCHINO l'aurait prévu. De cette façon, elle pourra rester stricte sans avoir dû reculer d'elle-même en fait. Ok, je vois très clairement ce qui se passe. Ah, c'est tellement compliqué parfois pour certaines personnes, mais bon. Le duel avec ARLECCHINO. ARLECCHINO, c'est là. Allez hop. Là on a des lags. Putain, merde. Pourquoi ça lag comme ça?
Closer now.
Feeling lucky?
Watch out for Father's movements!
Is it my turn now?
Umbrella warfare, I guess.
With these rising flames. Now that's
Umbrella
more like
warfare, I
it.
guess. Over here.
Avec la vie là-bas.
Attack! That's the way.
Is it my turn now? With these rising flames.
Get in gear!
How amusing.
Bon.
Umbrella warfare, I guess.
With the fall of darkness, destruction shall
Umbrella
rise.
warfare, I guess.
Have a
Attention.
taste of purgatory.
And voila!
Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
Umbrella warfare, I guess.
Ah, merde, l'engagement vital.
Dance.
Soin.
Come on, we can do it. This one is even stronger than I expected. Umbrella warfare, I guess. Fire! This one's got your
my
name
turn
on
now?
it. Enough!
If I really have to draw my blade, then
Look at us. Trapped like a bunch of helpless animals.
I'll protect us.
Bon. Ça va.
watch out for Father's movements!
On est au moins. On réussit à avancer.
You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
Watch out!
How amusing.
Feeling lucky.
La question est combien de phases?
Feeling lucky. Hang in there.
Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
Putain, les lags ils sont chiants par contre.
My blade is all that remains.
Bon, cette partie, on l'a vu. Lors de... comment ça se fait déjà? Oui, lors de l'aperçu. Bon, évidemment, on ne devrait pas avoir de problème à gagner, même si... peu importe. Car c'est dans l'histoire, évidemment. Disparaître.
Your punishment made manifest.
Watch out for Father's movements! Look out!
The sun and moon have set. Only ruin remains. You struggle in vain.
Be a little lucky.
Now's our chance!
Over here.
Sometimes is only the beginning. You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh, I know. No! I'm sorry, Father!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack. Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
A crimson moon. I can't move.
Still, not strong enough to beat me. I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
all right?
Lenny.
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to change the method of execution. Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have you administer them.
Bottled flames?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned away. If you can withstand the pain, when you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the organization. In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house, and give you a new identity.
Je vois, la tête du vendeur de journaux à l'extérieur du palais Marmonia me disait quelque chose. C'est donc ce horaire qui figurait sur la liste des exécutions et n'ont pas été exécuté.
Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
Moins bien. Allêchino, elle estime l'avoir vraiment tué. L'horaire qui vivait au sein du foyer de l'âtre est mort. Il ne reste que celui qui mène une vie ordinaire avec sa bien-aimée. C'est quand même mieux comme méthode que de mettre fin à leur vie.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Even so, I won't have to live in fear anymore. I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, Filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Of course. I'll remember.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, Foltz, Elwar, take them back to Poisson. And bring Linny and the others as well. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, the choice is yours. Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Father.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Lenny. I'll help you walk back.
Thank you.
Clairvy.
Can we talk now? I've been waiting for a super long time. You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen you in so long. How come you're all grown up? Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident? Or am I dreaming? What a long dream.
Neither. You died, Clairvy. That's what happened.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's done speechless.
C'est vraiment une version plus jeune de Clairvy, je pense qu'elle en a sans doute assez des mensonges.
Oh. Okay then. Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that? Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me. Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she? Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her. And to me.
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see it together. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time. That way, the other children would know what happens to traitors. Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor among the children she raised. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed the inevitable, but still. You gave them hope. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me, "For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom to choose to die."
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down. But somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us was going to make it until the end. And I always hoped that person would be you. If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I couldn't.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth, and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Iudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without being prosecuted for their past.
Ok, donc c'est bien ce qu'on pouvait imaginer.
Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom that is earned has true value.
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting for. You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really great father, too. I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world is like.
Really?
Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories, we could probably talk your ears off for 3 days straight!
On parle de qui? La nation du vent et de la liberté, de la nation de la roche et des contrats, parler de la nation du tonnerre et de l'éternité, de la nation des plantes et de la sagesse. Allez, on parle de liberté.
You know, I used to dream of being a bard. Playing the lute while singing into the winds of freedom. Even if there was no one there to listen, I would have continued to sing no matter what.
La nation des contrats. Ok, on va pouvoir tous les faire, c'est bon.
Ah, that's where Mora comes from. I never knew that before. If I had some Mora, I would buy 3 new dresses. One for me, one for Perry, and one for Mother. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, she probably wouldn't accept something like that either. I guess I'd just have to keep them all for me then. I could wear a different one every day.
Parler de la nation du tonnerre et de l'éternité. Ah ok, on a débloqué la 5e option.
Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like? I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super scary face. Are there any yokai like that?
Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep, we've met one, and let Paimon tell you, they're not nearly as scary as they look.
Il est plus débile qu'effrayant, mais oui.
I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lessons. But at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in class. Things that have nothing to do with studying. I'm just kidding. Being able to study whatever you want without having to fear for your life actually sounds pretty great.
Les différentes nations que vous avez visitées à Clavi. La conversation finit par revenir sur le sujet de Fontaine, son pays natal.
The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime, and they were going to have to stand trial at the Opera Epicles.
Oh no! That must have been hard for all of you. What happened next?
Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super quickly, all thanks to Detective Paimon, of course.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me!
Okay, so it was like this. After the failed magic show, we rushed to the scene and...
Clavi écoute attentivement Paimon raconter nos aventures à Fontaine. Elle a l'air heureuse, comme si tous ses problèmes avaient disparu. Dès que c'est la première fois qu'elle a réussi à se détendre pleinement. Mais jusqu'à quand?
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time.
Il oubliera sûrement tout ça avec le temps et reviendra cette petite fille effrayée qui se cache dans l'ombre. J'ai tellement perdu dans mes pensées que je n'ai pas vu le jour se lever.
Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Parallel. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Clairvy. She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
Oui, tu l'as un peu enjolivé l'histoire quand même, hein, Paimon, je t'ai vu. Hein.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny! What is he doing back here? Let's go check it out.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filio and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'été. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas. I must admit, I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a heavy responsibility, one not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe I was deserving of that throne?
You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down.
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero? Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. She must have had it all planned from the beginning, from the very moment she suggested a duel. I'm not deserving of that title. I'm not strong enough or smart enough.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time. Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you.
Father,
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face whatever comes. Caution will only hold you back. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the throne.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish. The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay?
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Stuja at hand, there are many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down. Protecting my family at all costs. That's my conviction.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey to come to us. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain. As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment. No matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination.
Patienter pendant 2 jours. Ok, c'est donc à ça que servait cet endroit. C'est vrai qu'on était venu ici pour tout fouiller. Tous les piafs qui sont là. Où est la toile d'araignée? Bon. Patientons donc 2 jours. Hein. Honnêtement, on va faire ça. Hein. Voilà, donc au final, c'est effectivement ce à quoi je m'attendais. Ce qui s'est plus ou moins passé. J'ai tout compris. En tout cas, ce qui s'est passé, ça me rappelle un peu la Shogun Raiden. Avec... putain, comment il s'appelait l'autre? Le gars de la maison, du clan Kujo qui a fait un duel avec la Shogun. Il a fait un peu comme Lini, ça rappelle un peu. Il a prouvé sa détermination aussi, tout comme Lini. Oups. Non. Le combat à distance est notre point fort, hein? Je ne sais pas s'il y a une ref, mais... Ah oui, c'est vrai, pour messagerie, j'ai oublié. On va récupérer d'ailleurs ça, hein, le fantôme de minuit. Bon, pour l'anniversaire de Baishu, on verra ça, je pense, dans le prochain épisode. Allons-y. L'hôtel bouffe d'été, c'est dit. Je sais où c'est. Bon, après, c'est indiqué sur la carte. Bon. Donc d'ailleurs, on n'a pas pu... Finalement, Arlecchino était plus fort que nous. Ok. Est-ce que... on va pouvoir faire mieux un jour ou pas? La lune sanglante, lune écarlate. Excellente question. Enfin bon, on verra bien. Hein. Donc là, on est déjà, si mes souvenirs sont bons, à 3 heures de vidéo. Putain, il est 23 heures. Putain. Dommage, je me souviens. Bon. De toute façon, ça sert à rien de le dire maintenant, mais... N'attendez pas à voir les épisodes en matinée. Je commence à 8h. Je pense que je vais plutôt m'occuper de tout ça plus tard, parce que là, pour l'instant, c'est non. Et le matin, j'ai pas envie de monter des trucs. Bon, si je monte des épisodes, ça va prendre une éternité. Bon, salut vous.
Lynette? Fremine? How are you feeling?
Much better.
Whew, what a relief!
What about you? Are you feeling alright?
Ne vous inquiétez pas pour moi.
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand, well, we've been bedridden for 2 days. I couldn't even turn over. Oh, and I wanted to ask, is Clairvy gone? Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit roaming the house.
Nous lui avons dit au revoir sur le soleil. Son vœu a été exaucé.
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crucibina and Clairvy. Actually, I've met Crucibina before.
Wait, what? You've met the former knave?
Crucibina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the House of the Hearth. Crucibina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing things. While she was alive, the atmosphere in the house was suffocating. When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and injured alike, were gone. Crucibina never talked about the past with us newcomers. A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crucibina and burned all her files. With that, the names of all the people subjected to her experiments, Clairvy included, were lost to the flames, along with the painful memories they represented.
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about Crucibina or Clairvy.
It really seems like something she was planning to keep to herself. The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret for so long?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew about it. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened in the past, it has nothing to do with who we are now. And that's what Father told us in the end.
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Crucibina did that I finally realized how insignificant our lives could have been. The members of the house meant nothing to her. To say that she valued them in any way, even just as a tool, would probably be giving her too much credit. If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably would have already...
Elle vous a sauvé.
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her should be what ties us together. But even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still choose to stay. Because this is our home. We may have arguments or times when we feel wronged. Some people may even choose to leave. But as long as Father is here, we will always have a home.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow, we'll follow Father wherever she chooses to go. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis. Without your help, we could have lost a lot more along the way.
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Invitez-nous à revenir une prochaine fois.
Of course. You're welcome anytime.
Are Filial and Nantoy okay?
I actually saw them at a cafe this morning. They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently. They seemed happy. If I had to take a guess, I would say they finally found the kind of life they always wished for.
Oh, c'est mignon. Le feu du fourneau s'éteint. Bon. Âtre mural, bûche chassant les ténèbres. Bon, on a un petit foyer de la foyer comme récompense. Donc on n'a pas eu de succès. Bon. Au café, c'est ça? Ouais, bah non, on les voit pas. Hein. Ça pourrait être eux, mais... Bon. Et donc... Ah oui! Hop. Ruine éparse. Cette cour était autrefois une merveille à contempler, mais elle est désormais désolée. La bataille précédente a été enterrée comme une lumière mourante, mais le prochain duel aura bien lieu, aussi sûrement que la famille perdure. Oh, on n'a pas les loots pour le niveau 1. Ok. Bon. Bon bah je verrai de mon côté. Probablement dans quelques jours. Ce qu'il en sera. Ah. Bon. Ah, c'est elle, Eugénie, qu'on avait affronté au jeu de cartes. Elle est là, la vendeuse de fruits et de légumes. Ok. Bon. Bon. C'était donc notre quête. Ah oui, on récupère. Quelle histoire, elles sont toutes faites. Là, nous avons toujours pas l'intermède. Non, je veux dire le chapitre voyageuse, là. Il n'y a pas eu d'intermède non plus. Hein. Ce sera donc pour plus tard. Hein. Bon, après un intermède, pas forcément, mais... Petit chapitre... Ce sera peut-être... je pense que ce sera pour la prochaine fois. Prochaine version. Nous avons encore une région, une version avant l'été. Oh, Xianyun est là. Chapitre de Yuemiya, de la Shogun. Saganami à Kokomi. De Naïda. Et alors lui, l'acte 2 qui arrive dans 2 semaines. Urina. Navia et Chiori. Ah là, il y en a 4. Ok. Enfant qui n'existe pas. Rendez-vous sous la brise maternelle. Oiseau en cage. La lumière du soleil. Que les autres vous engagent dans des batailles acharnées contre Allêchino. Linnet utilise un tour de passe-passe pour donner à Fréminet et Linette une chance d'attaquer. Mais leurs coups sont déviés par Allêchino. Attaque ensuite. Et puis Calate en forme d'épine vous cloue tous au sol. Allêchino se tourne vers les autres membres. Vous libérez et vous tenez sur son chemin. Allêchino brille d'une lumière écarlate. Et vous voyez une lune rouge et noire apparaître derrière elle alors que vous vous figez sur place. Et qui sait combien de temps Allêchino place une main sur votre épaule et passe à vos côtés. Bon. Entrée débloquée 164. Non, pas 164 persos. Ça doit être les chapitres. Bon. On est donc bon, hein. Chers amis, donc. J'espère que cet épisode vous aura plu. On va juste se soigner. On se retrouvera donc bientôt pour la suite. En attendant, n'hésitez pas à laisser un pouce bleu, à vous abonner, à commenter cet épisode, ces épisodes. Hein. Je pense que il y a peut-être, je me dis, on va peut-être faire quand même encore un épisode cette semaine avant de faire le jeu de cartes. Faire lumière perfide dans les profondeurs, explorer les fameuses ruines de la région là en haut. Nous n'avons pas exploré parce qu'il y a cette quête justement. Il faudrait aussi qu'on aille dans ce bureau. Bureau secret de Bravé. Bref. C'était donc tout. N'hésitez pas à laisser un pouce bleu, à vous abonner, à commenter. Et je vous dis donc au revoir et à bientôt pour la suite, chers amis. Ciao, bye bye.